right now. I have this camera balancing in a very sketchy position right now. Good morning! Welcome to another video. I'm just sitting here planning out my meals for the week. Murray is very clingy today because the wind is really loud and he's a scared boy. But I completely take back what I said last week. Spring is not here. It was snowing yesterday and this morning and it's freezing and the weather just has me feeling... So I'm planning out a bunch of really good meals for this week because nothing cheers me up like food does. I'm gonna go to the grocery store, and I think for this video I'm just gonna take you along all week and show you how I make all of my meals. What I've got planned so far. I'm gonna hit the seafood market, so I'm gonna do linguine and clams if they have clams. I also was going through my fridge and my pantry and looking at what I already have. So I'm gonna do baked potato soup because I've got a bunch of russet potatoes. I'm also planning on doing salmon bowls but with a quinoa salad, and I'm also gonna get salmon at the seafood market. And then I still have tofu from last week, so I'm thinking about doing a tofu tikka masala with homemade naan because I found a good recipe for easy homemade naan in the Food Lab cookbook that I'm obsessed with. So I think I'm gonna do that on top of, I don't have basmati rice, but I have jasmine rice, so I'll do that. If you like this kind of video and you want me to keep posting it, don't forget to subscribe and let me know in the comments what you think, because that stuff really helps me, because I'm kind of still just starting on my YouTube journey. So your feedback, your input is super duper important. So any feedback you have, let me know. And now I'm just gonna get ready to go to the grocery store, and unfortunately I have to bundle up because, like I said, it's super windy and who knows, it might start snowing again. Oh, this lighting is horrible. I'm home and I've got all my groceries. It's time to unload. I'm going to show you everything that I got. At the fish market there was salmon, but there was also this beautiful Alaskan cod. So I got the Alaskan cod. 50 little neck clams, some eggs. I usually get pasture raised eggs, but they didn't have any at Aldi, so we just went with the cage-free brown eggs. Bananas, frozen peas. I always keep frozen peas and frozen corn in my fridge because it's just a good thing to add to so many different dishes. Frozen berries because I'm on a smoothie kick right now. Ranch, cheddar cheese for my loaded baked potato soup, roasted garlic bagel chips, half and half. This is what I use in my coffee. I will also use some of this in the soup. Bone broth, whole milk, feta for my quinoa salad, quinoa for my quinoa salad. These are my favorite tortilla chips to get at Aldi. Some 12 grain bread, roasted pine nut hummus, strawberry Pop-Tarts to put in Matt's lunch, tin foil, cucumber, avocado. I got Munster cheese for sandwiches, some oranges and lemons, bacon for my loaded baked potato soup, plain Greek yogurt. I use this as sour cream, rosemary, chewy bars also for Matt's lunch, diced tomatoes. This is for the tofu tikka masala, linguine for the linguine and clam. Last but not least, I got 6 packs of butter because it was on sale at Aldi for $2.60 I think. So my mom and I, each time we go, we just get 6 and then we load up in her freezer and just use it as needed. And that's everything. So now I need to organize this, which is always a massive struggle in the camper. Wish me luck. I finally got everything put away, so now I'm gonna get started on dinner for tonight. Since I got the fresh fish at the fish market, I'm gonna make that tonight. So I'm making some pan-seared fresh cod over a quinoa salad. For the quinoa salad, I'm kind of just adding whatever I had in my fridge. So I've got a bell pepper, red onion, cucumber, spinach, parsley, and I got some quinoa at the store today. So first things first, I need to get my quinoa started. Accidentally stabbed my bag of quinoa, so I need to put it in a mason jar. Ah! Hello? Hello? Why am I not in focus? I'm gonna do a half a cup of quinoa. I give it a good rinse. I used a half a cup of quinoa, so I'm gonna use 1 cup of cooking liquid. This time I'm gonna use bone broth. Now I'm gonna bring my quinoa to a boil on the stove and then turn the heat down and let it simmer for like 15 minutes. Lighting is about to get crazy in here because the sun is coming directly through my window, so don't mind that. Ugh. While the quinoa is boiling, I'm going to chop up all my vegetables. You can't see this, but my eyes are watering so bad right now. I'm just gonna leave it at red onion, bell pepper, and cucumber. I'm not gonna add the spinach or the parsley. Actually, the parsley that I had in my fridge was actually not so good. So I'm just gonna leave the vegetables at this. I don't think there's a single seed in this lemon. The quinoa is done. I should probably wait until it cools to pour it in here, but I'm too impatient, so. Look how stunning this is. Adding my feta and cracked pepper. Let's give it a taste. That's good. All right, I'm back. I took a little break because I didn't want to make the fish too far before my husband gets home from work. I want it to be fresh for when he gets home. So he's going to be home in about a half hour, so I'm going to get my fish started. Earlier I lied. I said it was Alaskan cod, but it's actually Icelandic cod. Let's break this bad boy open. I went ahead and made a little dredge for the fish. I just used flour, oregano, paprika. This is sweet paprika, garlic powder, and a little bit of this momofuku tingly seasoning salt. I love this stuff, and I'm actually going to put a little bit of this in the quinoa salad as well. That's a beautiful piece of fish. 4 beautiful pieces, and now we dredge. Let's get these bad boys on the skillet. I'm using a non-stick pan because for fish, it's just the safest bet. I'm gonna use ghee and olive oil to sear the fish. So let's do it. Ghee, which is just clarified butter. Since it's clarified, it doesn't burn the way actual butter does. When you clarify it, you're basically taking out all of the milk proteins. And the milk proteins are what burns in butter. Pan is nice and hot. I'm gonna cook the fish for like 3 minutes per side. Adding some thyme and rosemary. Now I'm gonna make a white wine reduction. The food is done, and now I'm gonna make a little plating video for TikTok, which I will insert right now. For dinner tonight, I made some stunning Icelandic cod with a quinoa salad, so let's plate it up. I'm gonna put my quinoa salad in this bowl to shape it up. For the salad, I used quinoa, bell pepper, red onion, cucumber, feta, lemon juice, and some seasonings. Please come out. And then I just pan-seared the cod with, this plating is weird. Okay, I didn't like the way that looked, so I'm flattening it out. Trust the process. I'm trying to get better at my plating skills. It's not as easy as it looks. The cod is very fragile, so I'm trying to be very careful with it. And then for the cod, I just pan-seared it in ghee and olive oil. And then I dredged it in like a little flour, seasoned flour mixture. A little white wine reduction. Cracked pepper. I would put more parsley on, but my parsley is very sad looking, so I'm just gonna put a couple leaves. There she is. Step-by-step video will be on my YouTube. Finally time to sit down and eat. I'm gonna have myself a glass of wine, and I know everyone says
you should only cook with wine of the quality that you would drink.
I don't drink expensive wine. Cheers to that. It's healthy and it's really easy to make. The fish was done in like 6 minutes. If you don't do the white wine reduction, that's just a fancy little touch that isn't necessary, but I highly recommend if you have time. On that note, I'm going to enjoy my food, and I'll see you all tomorrow around dinner time. Hi friends, welcome back. It's Wednesday at 2:21 p.m. I'm going to start working on the linguine and clams. Matt gets home around 4, so I'm going to let the clams soak in water for like an hour so that they really get all that salt and sand out of them. As my clams are soaking, I'm gonna pick through them and look for any that are open already, like this. I don't know if you can see it. Like this. As you can see, this one's already open, which means it's dead. So I'm gonna discard any that look like this. I just ran out to the store because I forgot my parsley went bad. So all you need for this recipe, it's really, really easy. Parsley, lemon juice, garlic, some crushed red pepper if you like it a little spicy, linguine pasta, Parmesan cheese. This is gonna be for topping. I'm using chicken bone broth, but if you have seafood stock, use that. White wine and olive oil, and of course the clams. Pasta's done. I'm gonna reserve pasta water and I'm gonna strain my pasta. A little olive oil, garlic, crushed red pepper. Not gonna add too much. Now I'm gonna add my white wine. Don't be afraid. And a bit of this bone broth. Cover and let them steam for about 6 minutes or until they just start to open up. Our clams have opened up. Now I'm going to thicken up this sauce a little bit by adding some pasta water. Also adding some cold butter. Lemon juice. Beautiful. Parsley, lemon wedge. Look at that. Let's give it a taste. First, let's try one of these clams. Honestly, it's the white wine sauce for me. It's so good with that butter at the end. Just gives it that richness and a little acidity from the lemon juice. This lighting is it okay? Okay, we're just gonna go with it. Hi friends, welcome back. It's Thursday and it's freezing outside, so I'm gonna make baked potato soup. I don't really have a plan for this one. I'm gonna just wing it. But I start most of my soups out with a little mirepoix, so carrot, celery, and onion. And I'm going to start this one off the same way. I'm going to peel a bunch of potatoes up. I'm going to cook off some bacon. I'm going to use chicken bone broth, some heavy cream, cheddar cheese, maybe some fresh herbs, garlic. We're kind of just going to wing it and see how it goes. Let's do it. I was going to make the tofu tikka masala today with the homemade naan, but the day just got away from me. And I don't have the energy to do that. So, soup it is. I'm going to start by cooking off some bacon. There you have it. Baked potato soup topped with cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and green onion. Hello, happy Friday. I am not feeling great today. I'm wearing the same sweatshirt as yesterday because it's cold out and this is my big comfy comfort sweatshirt of the week. Don't judge me. Tofu tikka masala and the homemade naan. Let's give it a try. I'm following this easy grilled naan style flatbread recipe from the Food Lab. This is my go-to cookbook right now. I pull a lot of recipes from here. First, I'm going to combine the flour, yeast, salt, and sugar in this bowl. Now I'm gonna add my yogurt. I'm gonna knead this in my standing mixer for like 5 minutes. Here's my dough. I'm hoping that it's not too firm and dense, but I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna cover this and let it rest for 2 hours. Hopefully it doubles in size. While my naan dough is rising, I'm going to start making the tofu tikka masala. I'm going to be using coconut milk, some yogurt. This is turmeric, garam masala, chaat masala, tofu, tomato paste, garlic, ginger, diced tomatoes, onion, and bell pepper. First things first, I need to cube up my extra firm tofu, and then I'm going to toss it with some spices, and then I'm going to roast it in the oven. I'm just going to dab this off with a kitchen towel, and then I'm gonna cut this tofu straight down the middle. I'm gonna dab it off again. And I'm just gonna let this sit for like 5 minutes. Oh, I'm so sore from my workout. Ah! While the tofu's sitting, I'm gonna chop up my bell pepper, onion, garlic, and ginger. I'm gonna try to cut my pieces about the same size that my tofu cubes are gonna be so that everything's the same size. I'm just going to use half of this onion. So the best way I've read to dice an onion is to cut it in half like this so that you have the root on the bottom and the stem on the top. Cut off the top, peel back the skin, do 2 horizontal cuts, take your knife and do vertical cuts along the top, and then dice it. And you'll have the perfect dice every time. And then to get the skin off of my ginger, I just use the back of a spoon and I scrape it. It takes a little elbow grease, but it works. The skin will kind of just peel off. Ginger smells so good. I'm just gonna cube up my tofu in a bowl. This is my mom's homemade garam masala. Olive oil, salt, pepper. Try to spread out the seasoning as much as possible. Into the oven at 400 for like 20 minutes. The dough has doubled in size, so now I'm gonna cut it up into probably 8 pieces. And then we're gonna stretch it out and cook it on this like cast iron griddle on the stove at a really high heat. And it should only take like a minute per side, so we'll see what happens. Flour my surface. And then onto the griddle. Adding some ghee. Everything is finally done. The naan looks amazing. And now I'm gonna make a TikTok plating it up. So I'll insert that now. Tonight for dinner, I made homemade naan with garlic butter for dipping, tofu tikka masala, I don't wanna spill it, some turmeric rice, and I'm gonna plate it up. To make my plating a little fancier, I'm gonna put my rice in this cup. For this rice, I just used turmeric, ghee, and some salt. And I did not have basmati rice, so I used jasmine rice. Come on. Yes, not perfect, but this was my first time making tikka masala, so it's not perfect, but I think it's pretty good. I used my mom's homemade garam masala, so that was exciting that I finally got to use that. I roasted the tofu in the oven before putting it in the masala. I'm gonna add my naan on the side here. maybe fold it. And I'm gonna pour some garlicky butter on top of the bread. I'm editing the video and realized I never filmed a closing clip, so thank you so much for watching. And I also wanted to say, I'm not sure if you guys realize, but I'm cooking all of these meals in my camper. That's where I live. I live in a camper. So that adds a whole other element of challenge to my cooking. If you guys want any other camper content, let me know, because I think that could be kind of fun. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.